Hello everyone, my name's Steph, I'm Botanist Cool. Today I'm here with Joe, a master of all things Magic the Gathering. Hello, Joe. Oh shit, hold on, sorry, Joe, bad news, bud. My computer's defaults reset up a bit, so like I gotta set up your audio proper like real quick. There we go, I got you in.
There we go. Hey everybody, my name is Joe, but I go by Newbie Nerd on Twitch. You can definitely check me out there. But yeah, no, I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, both on stream and kind of just off stream. I have a total of 60 commander decks and a couple of popper decks. So.
In real life, you have 60 commander decks?
Yes. Yep, correct.
What the fuck, dude? Holy shit, that's so much. Now I don't feel bad for having this many minis.
Yeah, no, definitely don't.
Now I don't feel anywhere near bad for having this many minis. Oh my god, the wires are... Hold on. No, let me say that for 1 second.
No, you're good. Oh, good.
Alright, I'm back. No.
Okay, cool.
Long story short, guys, for some IRL stuff, I'm buying some Theros packs. And I really enjoy Theros as a concept because, hey, I'm Greek, and I love seeing a lot of the cultural influences the Greek, culture has on modern media. I think it's really cool, especially when you have it for like any culture. You see your own culture as a portion of modern media. It's very cool. So I bought myself 8 of these guys, these Icon of the Realms Mythic Odyssey of Theros. They are pre-painted. I can't paint them myself. There are 44 figures in totals, and I don't have them all. They'll come with either like there'll be 4 figures in here. One will be like large or huge, and the other 3 will be small or medium.
Okay.
They can include a lot of things, including named characters and player characters and what have you. However, we do have one really special mini I'm going to open up first.
Oh, okay.
The special mini is Polakranos himself, the World Eater.
Oh, okay, all right.
This is Polakranos. You're going to see this in a second, Joe, on the stream.
There is a little bit of a delay, so
yeah.
Oh my god.
This guy
that is a big boy. Yep.
This is literally about the size of the purple worm mini I have, so this is pretty big, especially in lore and on the table. So Polakranos, to my knowledge, and Joe's gonna help me out here because Joe's the lore master, as I said. Polakranos, to my knowledge, and I'll just read the back here, represents the ideal Hydra, a beast of such size and strength that the gods Nile and Helioid both use their powers to bind the beast deep within the Nessian forest where it dwells, growing and devouring all who wander in its territory. To my knowledge, Theros has this thing called the Nyx, which is like this world's like Celestia, if you know Genshin in a way, I guess.
Basically, that's a great way to actually describe it. Yeah, but yeah, essentially, all the gods come from there, and all the because there's also like there's a race of beings as well that are from Nyx as well that aren't exactly gods per se, but are direct descendants from gods, if that makes sense. So, like,
this is a big boy. This is the size of my fucking hand, dude. Look at this.
It definitely is. Well, to be fair, Polukranos in lore canon or whatnot is about is basically about the size of like a small city, basically, if I remember correctly.
This is a lot smaller than what it would be in scale. 100%. This is a lot smaller in scale then.
Yeah, just a little bit, but yeah, I get what they're going for with it being kind of a bigger figure.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's also Polukranos was actually a big thing in the very first Theros set. So Polukranos was actually a challenge to the hero of that set, Elspeth, to by Heliod to defeat because it was causing a giant muck in the wilds. Wasn't
Elsbeth there? I watched a video on this. Wasn't Elsbeth from like a different world?
Technically speaking, yes, but for size
comparison, by the way, everyone, I'm going to be putting the purple worm and the gold dragon figure next to Polakranos here. The purple worm is a little bigger technically. They're both basically the same length. The golden dragon is basically the same size as Polakranos, but just for you guys to take a look from minis you've already seen me either paint and or work with.
Yep. So yeah, so Elspeth is technically from a different plane. You are definitely correct. In fact, actually, Elspeth is actually technically from is actually a refugee. They actually don't really have a home for like an actual like plane that they're from.
Yeah.
They originally escaped from because their world got destroyed by a race of beings called Phyrexia, right?
Right.
And Elspeth, when getting basically got captured and tortured by Phyrexians, which caused her planeswalker spark to ignite, causing her to escape, but also basically poofing into the plane of Theros.
Yeah.
And at the time, Heliod, I think, was in conflict with another god, and dropped basically his weapon or whatnot. And Elspeth, before she poofed out, saw this giant sword basically fall from the sky and almost impaling her, basically. So she grabbed the sword and dipped.
So if I recall correctly, just because I listened to a video or two here and there.
Yeah.
Elspeth also had a weapon that a god had, but because the Nyx kind of works on perceptions of mortals, like what the mortals believe to be true is what ends up being true. Elspeth's weapon became the true weapon, even though it technically wasn't the true weapon, and then she was able to like defeat that god or whatever.
Correct in a weird sort of way. So Heliod, right, is the god of all gods, right?
Yeah. He's the equivalent of Zeus.
Yes, and technically speaking, that weapon was actually forged originally to kill Heliod because it was it was forged by Perforos, which is the god of the forge, because him and Heliod kind of were butting heads or whatnot, and this other god didn't like Heliod, so
I remember like its name was a pun, like God Killer or something like that, but also he said it a different way.
Godsend.
Godsend or God's End. That's what it was.
Yep. That was the whole point. It was like So and then when Heliod defeated the god, that god dropped his weapon, which was picked up by Elspeth.
Okay.
Now, and the reason why why Heliod sent Elspeth on this quest or whatnot was to try to determine how much of a threat Elspeth actually is to him, because Heliod's very much like Zeus in actual lore, kind of a dick.
Yeah. I appreciate they kept that like sameness of like the King of Gods being an absolute fucking prick. I appreciate that immensely, honestly.
Yep.
Let me tell you what the book here says, because like I have the Mythic Odyssey of Theros D&D book.
Yeah.
So it talks about the Hydras here, but let me just go over to the Pelakranos real quick. Pelakranos, called the World Eaters, the mortal manifestation of the eternal ideal Hydra. The first incarnation, it fell from Nyx to the mortal world. So Nyx is that dream Celestia world.
Yep, correct.
And that's where Nylea and Heliod both had to combine their powers to restrain it. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Pelakranos. This is a gargantuan monstrosity, unaligned. The strength above 25. Its intelligence is 4, so I guess it's barely, like, intelligent.
Yeah, that's about right.
Constitution's 21, so it has a massive amount of health. Its health is 232. It's good health. It has acidic blood, so which also fits, like, the original, like, Hydra lore. Yep. Depending on which Hydra lore you're reading is really cool. It can hold its breath for an hour underwater. It has legendary resistances, which is bullshit. Multiple heads is kind of the really cool thing. So, Hydras in lore, you see this in like Jason and the Argonauts, the old ass movie as well. When you cut off their head, 2 heads will regrow from it unless you're able to burn the stump. So how they do this in D&D is whenever Pelakranos takes 40 or more damage in a single turn, one of its head dies. If all the heads die, Pelakranos dies. So in theory, you can kill this guy in 200 HP instead of 230, right? 5 heads.
Theory.
5 heads, 5 heads, and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of its turn, it grows 2 heads for each of its heads that have died since last turn, unless it takes 40 or more fire damage. So if it loses 2 heads, it will regrow 4 unless it takes 40 or more fire damage. So you need to have at least 80 damage to destroy a head, essentially.
Basically.
Which part of that damage is fire, and part of that is just whatever damage you are actively using, like sword or whatever it is.
Yeah, correct.
Which is wild. I actually think that's a really cool way of incorporating the original mythology into it. And also mathing it up to work in Dungeons and Dragons. I think that's a really cool way to do that. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, actually, a lot.
It's got reactive heads. For each head a Pelakrinos has, beyond 1, it gets an extra reaction. Fuck off. It's a siege monster, so anything that hits like buildings, it does double damage. Fuck off again. When Pelakrinos sleeps, at least one of its heads is always awake. It cannot be caught unaware. It has, here's our attacks, ready? Multi-attack. Pelakrinos makes as many bite attacks as it has heads. So if you cut off 2 heads, and you don't get that fire damage on there, you have 4 heads to deal with, plus the 3, that's 7 bite attacks. And each bite attack does 2d10 plus 7 piercing damage.
Jesus.
That's an average of 18 damage per hit. And it has a plus 13 to hit. It's gonna hit you unless you're super fucking tanky. That's a stop attack, which is 2d8 plus 7, and it uses its tail as a melee weapon attack for 2d10 plus 7 as well. It also has 3 legendary actions that it can use 3 per turn. It can detect and make a perception check. It can make a tail attack. So basically, it can attack you with all of its heads, then do a tail attack. And then it can do a trampling charge, which will take all of its actions. So basically, it could do like 3 tail attacks plus as many heads bite attacks as it has a turn.
That is crazy, actually.
That is absolutely insane. Like, you need like, if you're a tank here, you're using that dodge action every fucking turn, essentially.
Otherwise, you'll be hurting quite a lot.
So this
maybe even dying.
Yeah. But this here's Pelakrinos. We're gonna get actually, Joe, if you could do me a favor. Yeah, online there is a mini list for everything in Theros. I might not be able to recognize everything off the bat.
Yeah,
you mind pulling that up?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right, so we're gonna open our first box. I have 8 of these boxes, and if you guys want to send me more boxes, I have a listing on my throne. Go ahead if you really want to. Thanks. Each of these boxes is $20 for some reason, but there is like also a special on Amazon. Don't feel like you need to send them, obviously. Let's open that first box. Oops.
Yep. So D&D Mythic Odyssey of Theros mini gallery.
All right, you got a mini gallery. Awesome. So, I know there's some really rare ones. Which is the one on that list that you think is the coolest, in your opinion?
Let me just take a look real quick, because what I'm trying to do right now is have it so that way one side of my monitor is displaying the
and one side, yeah.
And the other one is just displaying the mini set.
Oh, hello.
All right.
Okay, we got some minis. We have what the hell is this thing here? Hello? This is a giant crab? Oh my god, look at this lad! Look at this powerful lad! Oh my god, I love him. Hold on. I'm gonna see if he's in the book. He's probably in the book somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's the Emissary of Thassa's, I think is what this is. I could be wrong, because
Emissary starts with E, right?
Yeah, E.
There's the Eater of Hope.
No,
Demons of Theros, the Colossus of Arcos. I'm just literally looking for his thing if he has anything in the book here.
I would imagine so. If not, I can explain a little bit.
Oh, I mean, please tell me. Tell me something about him. What is this crab all about?
So this crab is actually as the name suggests, it's an emissary of Thassa. Thassa is the
sea goddess, right?
Yeah, it's the Greek goddess of the sea. Basically, like in terms of lore, it would be very, very. But it's almost it's not exactly a one-for-one, obviously, because for obvious reasons. But Thassa is basically Theros' version of Poseidon. Yep. Thank you. Brain was just trying.
No, you're valid.
Yep. But yeah, no, it's just it's basically one of the protectors of the of Thassa's realm, which is of course the sea. Thassa has a bunch of emissaries, and they come in different sort of creatures or whatnot. So this crab, funny enough, while it looks like a normal crab, is actually made up of pure Nyx. Is actually a Nyxborn. You know, like
Okay.
a creature from Nyx as well, because it was directly created by Thassa.
All right, emissaries are on page 114 and 156. All right, cool.
Yeah, that'll help a little bit better.
Yeah, I went right to the index, basically.
Yeah, good. But yeah, that's just kind of a rough sort of thing. But yeah, basically they are like sort of like creatures that are that were created by the gods to do their bidding, basically, in like a rough sort of manner. And and judging from this little crab right here, I'm assuming that it's kind of a protector of the ocean sort of thing, if I remember correctly.
A divine emissary is a creature from which the fabric of Nyx as a tool to carry out the god's divine will. Emissaries have no will of their own. They are extensions of their creator's divine substance brought to the mortal realm. While certain deities are associated with sending favored animals as their emissaries, such as the stag for Heliod and Nyx's lynx, any animal might do. They are Nyxborn and have one of two Nyxborn traits as described in chapter 6, yada yada.
Yep.
Okay. I know there's a whole thing on thalassa here. By the way, the Greek word for beach is thalassa.
Ah, okay.
Here's
Which makes
Thassa.
sense with Thassa, yep.
Let's see if there's anything on. There's Thassa's Champions, a Thassa campaign, Thassa Monsters, Storm Giant, Kraken, Water Elemental. It does not have its emissary here, actually.
Weird.
Coastal Temple. It actually has a map of like the Coastal Temple that you could use to actually do a campaign, which is pretty cool.
That is neat. I like that.
But to my knowledge, nautical adventures, sailing the seas, embarking on adventure, getting lost, maintaining relationships. Okay, I do not see anything. I do not see a list for this guy. All right, but I love him. He's so good.
Yeah,
he's so
good. And what I love about D&D as well is that you can kind of just shape it to be to fit the narrative in any different way. So
Exactly.
I love it regardless.
All right, this is a very small mini. This is a tiny mini. Holy shit.
Let's take a look.
I do not know what this is. It's a pure black mini that almost looks like a tree trunk. It seems to be feminine.
Okay, I think I know what
green
that
hues
is.
on its legs.
I'm just trying to... Green hues on its legs.
Yes. It should be on screen for you even now because like it's...
Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like a... What? It's got... Describe the head for me real quick.
It almost looks like a tree or coral, like it's big flat top, and then like a humanoid face.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find the Theros book.
Oh, it's a... Oh, okay. It's a... Here we go. Found it. It is...
What is it called?
It is a nymph lampid. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, which is why I'm sending it to you via
nymph lampad? Fuck if I know that.
Yeah, I know.
NYMPH. Let's see if I have a book. Do you know anything about him?
Let's take a look. Cause like I'm not like directly not.
I mean, if you don't, I got it. So lampad. These guys are neutral evil, medium fey. They have high deception, corpse stride. Oh, these guys are dead. Looks like, hold on.
Okay.
Lampids guard the shadow path of the world. Depths typically trod by the souls destined for the underworld. These releasing nymphs assist Theros in guiding the dead. I'm guessing it's like the equivalent of Hades, right?
Yeah, basically. Erebos, God of the Dead, is was actually related to the second Theros.
Not Erebos. Athreos. Athreos. Sorry.
Oh.
Athreos.
Oh, Athreos. Oh, duh. Okay, so yeah, that's the god. So you know the ferryman in like most type of
Like Karen,
lore,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, with like the restricts. Basically, it's this basically imagine that, but actually a god or whatnot.
Okay.
Basically, his whole shtick is about guiding souls to the underworld, as you said, for a fee, like basically, if you give him like some sort of coinage or whatnot, he'll grant you safe passage to the underworld.
So these lamp pads work with him. Right now so the skills this guy have, they're not a high challenge rate, they're only 52 health points, so that's pretty good for like a group of you have a group of these guys versus a group of level 4 or 5 adventurers. I think that's pretty fine, honestly.
Yeah.
Once per turn, it can use 10 feet of its movement to step magically into one creature's corpse. So if you have a giant dead corpse, you can just go right on through it. Lamp pads, spellcasting ability, and charisma. It has magical resistances. It has a multi-attack with necrotic touch or chill touch. Oh my god. Wow. And they are innate spell casting actions for it. Wow. This is a pretty cool creature. I like it.
Yeah. No, that's actually really
Resists
neat.
necrotic and immune to poison. Cannot be charmed, frightened, or poisoned. Not bad. That's really cool. Do you have anything else to say about it, do so as I drink some water?
Basically, okay. So I was just curious. I was just looking at the through the gather or whatnot. There's actually a few like there's a few lamp pads or whatnot that I've actually like played with. Funny enough, like the Dreadbringer.
Are there named? Oh, there are named ones. Okay.
Yeah. The Dreadbringer was kind of a neat little one for draft or whatnot because I would drop it down and it would give basically a creature unblockability. So in draft it was kind of nice because it was a nice way to finish off your opponent. Because not only did it trigger when it entered the battlefield, it also triggered when any other enchantment entered the battlefield, which is very powerful, especially for common.
I fucking love this crab so much. All right, let's get the next model out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The crab is great.
Oh, this one's looks interesting. It's oh, I think I know what this is. I think I know exactly. This looks like a Minotaur. There we go.
Okay, I don't even need to explain this one.
We don't need to explain it.
I'll explain at least one thing about them.
Tell us about it.
So, there are two twin gods. Funny enough, there's there's the god of slaughter and then the god of victory.
All right.
Both of which used to be one deity or whatnot, but there was a sort of at one point there was a sort of split mentality to man or whatnot, and there was like a subsection because there was like just originally one god of war basically, right?
Kratos.
And
boy,
I know, right? and then the mortals started worshiping two different gods. One was more to the god was more to like to bring them kind of victory in battle or whatnot, while the other one was to cause havoc or whatnot. And the people that ended up wanting to cause havoc or whatnot ended up being cursed to be turned into minotaurs, if I remember correctly. And then that sort of and then they so when they were the god that they worshipped or whatnot ended up taking form to resemble themselves, hence Mogus, god of the slaughter. So
what I've got now, because I'm reading the book, because there's a whole page on Minotaurs. We have Bloodhorn Minotaurs, Fellhide Minotaurs, and Ragegore Minotaurs.
Ooh.
Bloodhorn Minotaurs named for their blood-caked horns. This might be a Bloodgore Minotaur. Supplement their charges in gore. Gleeful in their brutality, they slaughter and devour any intruders and they encounter in the Badlands. Fellhide Minotaurs, notoriously dour Fellhide Minotaurs, are descended from the world of Thyrogog? Thyrogog?
Sounds correct. I have no idea.
The Theriad recounts of the brute's defeat and the loss of his great axe, Gore Master. View Theriog's defeat as a divine signal. The warlords ascended to retreat into the Ashlands. Burial rites among the Fellhide Minotaur involve devouring those who, oh god, fell in battle to remove their shame from memory and fuel the survivors' revenge. Then Ragegore Minotaurs are the most ferocious of their kind, deeply infected by the bloodlust of Mogus. Rage Gores never withdraw from battle, entering a frenzy of furious delight at the sight of the enemy's blood. Oh my god. There's a lot of most of the Minotaurs it has the Minotaurs of Theros. And it also looks like there is a city of Scorphos that's around the Minotaurs.
Yep, correct.
Where they have to like defend against it, looks like. And Theros seems to be the land where the Minotaurs actually live.
Correct. Now, the only Minotaur that's on the mini set list that I see right here is Minotaur Fighter. So that's a fighter.
Okay.
Apparently.
I wouldn't be surprised they did again. Theros, the mini set for Theros was not very popular.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It is what it is.
Next one. I think we're gonna basically be opening 2 today, which means that we'll have to do a part 2, Joe.
That is fine. If we have to do a part 2.
Hello there. Who the fuck are you? Gold helmet, red like red like cape thing, silver sword.
Is it wearing a golden mask?
Yeah, golden mask.
Okay, so that is a returned. So returned
shit,
are the
that sounds cool as fuck.
So here's a weird fact about the underworld. So the returned are actually people that have managed to escape the underworld.
Okay.
And they are, but they're still kind of dead. So they wear this mask or whatnot to represent the fact that they're dead.
Oh.
Yeah. And in fact, actually, in the second Theros set, I guess spoilers or whatnot.
Yeah.
Elspeth died.
So Elspeth come back. Oh, right. Elspeth and Elspeth's like lover, right?
Yep, correct. Elspeth actually technically sacrificed herself to basically damned her soul as a way to bring back her love, but he returned as a return with no memories and no prior sort of thing or whatnot. So he only with, I guess, one memory of Elspeth, ironic enough. So he's trying. So he is now. So basically, after the events of the original Theros block, Daxos was left cursed to try to roam roam Theros, trying to search for Elspeth, not knowing that Elspeth is now in the underworld where he escaped from.
Does the word Palamnite mean anything to you?
That is a Palamnite.
Okay, because what we have is we have a returned drifter. Because I'm looking at the stat blocks. We have returned drifter, returned Palamite, and returned sentry. Yeah. The sentries are lawful evil. The Palamites are chaotic evil, and the drifters are lawful neutral. I didn't know if you knew if there any difference between like. I'll just read what I have here.
Yep.
Many returned are pitiful souls who. This is the drifters who managed to escape from the underworld only to find themselves stripped of the passions and motivation to motivate their flight. Lacking purpose and shunned by the living, these returned typically seek places where they'll be left in peace, such as lonely tombs or the necropolises of Asphodel and Odunos. They go through half-hearted parodies of life, impeded by distraction and ennui. Despite this, even the most languid return defend themselves if threatened. The Palamites, even after the loss of their identities, can't erase the rage that inspires the return of the Palamites. These returned leads violent lives, existence such pain and hatred and violence that suffices in deathless bodies. So it looks like there's some that just like have no passion. There's some that end up becoming violent, and then there are the most new and purposeless returned are easily manipulated into serving the most forceful brethren, having oh my god, the sentries are just like poor guys.
Yeah, it's not exactly a great fate. They may have escaped the underworld, but it's not a great fate.
Not a great fate. All right, next box.
Hell yeah.
Box number 2, baby. Oh shit. Me. Gotta cut it open with my knife. I always have a little knife on here.
I was about to say I always keep my knife close by, regardless.
All right, another big one. Whoa! What the fuck?
Gotta wait for the stream to catch up.
Yep. No, I haven't even put it under yet. What the? This guy is a big boy. Holy shit. This is the model's almost as big as Polacranos.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's a Doomwake Giant.
So you knew exactly what it was.
Yeah. So, fun fact about the Doomwake Giant. So, I don't know the lore behind it necessarily too much, but I can tell you is that the Doomwake that there's a card called Doomwake Giant, and that card is actually insanely busted. Like insanely busted.
Insanely busted.
I like it at least. It's not like the most busted thing in the world, but I like it.
It's busted though. It's on the list there of busted.
In my opinion, yes, just because of what it does. Here, let me.
Tell me what it's called. It's a Doom what giant?
Doomwake Giant.
Let's see if I can find this on the index. Doomwake Giant, page 224. 28, 27, 24. Okay, so Doomwake Giant, lawful evil, huge giant, no shit. This thing's massive. Like, this would be scale for humanoid. That makes sense, right? They basically took Polacranos and made him a huge creature, even though he's gargantuan. But if you actually bought the actual size Polacranos, that probably would be like one of those $300 like Tarask minis.
Yeah.
Which I do want to get one day. Oh god!
Don't blame you.
Actually, funny enough, that Doomwake arc is the same arc I have here in the book. Actually,
that makes sense.
Any creature that starts its turn within 10 feet of the giant must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take necrotic damage 3d6. Oh shit! It has magic resistance, multi-attack, 2 slam attacks. Each slam attack does 3d6 bludgeon damage. Nope, sorry, it does 3d8 plus 7 and then 3d6 necrotic damage. So that's a lot of damage. So it does an average of 30 damage a turn. Noxious gas, the giant inhales a mighty gust that creates a blast of deadly mist in a 60-foot line. It has a breath attack.
Yeah.
Wow. This guy only has 162 health. No, that's fair. Aura of Erebos. Any creature. Oh yeah, I already started that. So this guy works for Erebos, the actual like god of dead.
Yep, correct.
Damn, this guy is fucking. I mean, it literally is. He literally is just in the same pose as the fucking art. That's cool. I wonder if the 100-handed one's in here, actually. All right, next one.
That would be kind of neat.
I mean, I see him in the book. I'm wondering if they made a mini of him.
It does not look like it, at least according to the set I got. But hey, and maybe the set list is missing some. I don't know.
This is a Satyr. I know. I can recognize it. This is a Satyr. Satyr.
Oh, it looks like a Thorn Bearer. Yeah, it looks like a Thorn Bearer.
What?
Satyr for Thorn Bearer.
Thorn Bearer. Okay, here we are. Thorn Bearers. Not all satyrs live lives of pure whimsy. When forced to defend their friends and homes, satyr Thorn Bearers are quick to take up their bows and strike against danger, particularly amid the dense trees of Skola Vale. These satyr skirmishers cooperate in loose teams using guerrilla tactics. They're pretty weak. A level 3 team could definitely take out a band of these guys for sure. Wow, they are... Actually, wait, the Returned are bigger than normal humanoids.
Yeah, just slightly.
Yeah, wow, okay, so...
The Doomwake Giant is apparently a rare mini, by the way.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's awesome. I mean, I got 8 of these packs. I'm assuming I'm gonna get 1 or 2 rares here and there. Multi-attack. They have 3 ram attacks or 3 short bows attacks, so they could actually ram you with their horns. They do 2d4 with their ram and 1d6 with their horn, average with a +1 to the ram and a +4 to the horns. And they also have the hail of arrows. Recharges after a short or long rest. The satyr fires an arrow that magically transforms to a flurry of missiles into a 30-foot cone. Oh, that's really cool. Each creature has to make a DC dexterity saving throw or take 5d6 piercing damage, or on average 17 damage. All right, one last one. Actually, we should have time for one more box. I want to do one more box.
Yeah, go for it.
I always want to do more boxes.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's the fucking, you know, what the... Oh, it's a lion.
Okay, now it could be... like, is it an actual, like, lion, or is
It's a humanoid lion.
Oh, okay.
This is a Leonin iconoclast.
It has an axe, so it's not Brimaz. I'm just trying to find out where it is.
This would be, I think this is a common one because this is Leonin iconoclast. I have a thing right here for it.
Yeah.
It has a lot of good stats.
Oh yeah,
actually.
it's a Leonin Swiftclaw. It's a Leonin Swiftclaw. That's what it is.
So, what do you know about the Leonins?
So, not much. I know that, for example, that there's a planeswalker by the name of Ajani who is a Leonin or whatnot.
Okay.
And Leonins are actually not just found on this plane; they're also found on a few other planes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ajani's story is actually kind of cool. He's a basically, there was a big multi-universal threat by the name of Nicol Bolas that Johnny was like the first person to essentially fight outside of Ugin thousands and thousands of years ago.
All right.
Because there was this event called the Mending or whatnot, which sent Nicol Bolas through basically through time and dimension or whatnot. And when he first appeared on this one plane or whatnot, he was causing all sorts of havoc or whatnot, and Johnny was one of the few people that that stood up to him and challenged to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And while he didn't necessarily quote unquote win, he managed to survive, and managed to cause Nicol Bolas to kind of retreat. Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't quite a win, but it was also not a loss either.
Mm-hmm. Fucking fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So that's really cool. These guys have evasion. If subjected to an effect that allows it to make a dexterity saving throw, it only takes half damage. So basically, they have a rogue benefit here. Innate spell casting. They could do banishment or detect good or evil once a day. Wow, that's busted. Unarmored defense. So they have a barbarian bonus here. Actually, that would be a monk bonus because it does wisdom, not constitution. So they're AC 17, which is not bad at all. They have +3 from the wisdom, +4 from the dex. They make 3 weapon attacks. Their claws do +7 to hit with 2d6 +4 slashing damage and then 2d6 force damage. And they have darts apparently. That do 1d4 +4 piercing damage, so nothing too crazy. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
One last box for the day, and then we'll go. But we do have 5 more boxes, and again, if you guys want to see more of these unboxings, check out my throne. Let's go. Oh, what the hell? Ooh, wait, what's this? Hold on, this is a 3-headed thing. This is a 3-headed. This is like an eagle. Oh, this is a chimera.
Yep, I was about to say, it's like, I was thinking either if it was Cerberus, I was trying to figure out if it was Cerberus or the Chimera. I couldn't figure out which one it was until you pulled it out.
Yeah, that's a Chimera, baby. Look at this. Look at that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is it one of them rare ones, I'm guessing?
It is actually it's listed as an uncommon, so your rare might actually be kind of a smaller figure.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a look at it later.
I was about to say, there's kind of there's actually a few like important like characters or whatnot that are also kind of on the smaller side.
So these Theron Chimeras, they have advantage on saving throws against any spell that targets only the Chimera, not an area. That's pretty dope. They have multi-attacks, claws, head, and tail, and a breath weapon. It takes 4 or 5 turns to recharge. It does a 15-foot cone of fire. And an average of 32 damage, 5d12 here. That's a lot. This is actually like a glass cannon. The attack damage it does like 2d8 +4 slashing damage with its claws, 1d12 +4 for its head, 2d6 +4 for its tail, and that breath weapon, but it doesn't have a very high AC, nor does it have a lot of hit points. So like this guy is pretty glass cannony. It can understand Draconic, but does not speak it. Okay. Yep. What do you know about this guy? Oh, you can customize him.
Yeah. The Chimera is kind of just a it's not really like a special species or whatnot in Theros. It's actually a it's actually just a it's just a creature that exists. It's just a bunch of creatures or whatnot that exist.
Okay.
So yeah, unlike in like typical lore where there's just one chimera or whatnot, chimeras come in like many different shapes and many different forms and different depending on which and they kind of like adapt based on their environment. Yeah. So some chimeras will kind of take on more of an ocean-like appearance and kind of more while others will kind of like take on the typical idea when you see a chimera if they're like from the forest areas or whatnot.
Funnily enough, I'm reading the customizing a chimera section here. Yep. You know, you roll d4 basically for each one, and you can get a plains creature, a coast creature, a mountain creature, or a swamp creature. They can have bullhorns, shark bites, unicorn horns, or cockatrice beaks. They can have lightning, water, venom, or necrotic breaths. And the tail attacks are also like constricting, shark tails, perplexing tail, or venomous tail. Like they have a lot of options that you could really fuck around with this chimera with.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I like that.
All right, next one. Blue guy of golden wings.
Blue guy with golden wings. And
a spear.
Yep. Okay, so you're rare. This is actually a rare. This is Dalkanos, Crafter of Wonders.
Spell it for me.
Here you go. I'm sending it to you now, because
DAL. He's not in here.
Now, so fun fact of at least a little bit about him.
Yeah. Tell me.
He's not actually from the original Theros block.
Really?
He's actually from the sequel.
Okay.
Which is Theros Beyond Death, which is the story of how Elspeth escaped from the underworld and challenged Heliod.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, basically, Dalkanos here actually helped. It helped aid in Elspeth or whatnot to try to help forge this. Not only just this blade, but a mode of transportation for Elspeth to be able to get an edge on Heliod, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so he actually plays a really huge role in the second block, not the first block. Blocks. So yeah, the first block is actually comprised of 3 sets, while the second block is comprised of just 1 set.
Oh, by the way, I found the Nyxborn creature statistics. You have to roll for them.
Gotcha.
You have to roll for them. It's amazing. Okay, very cool. So this guy actually helps Elspeth like take down or defeat Heliod.
Yep, correct.
Very cool.
Yep. And then but yeah, he's just a kind of just an inventor that's on the plane. I don't know exactly like what race he is or whatnot. I can go to.
This guy has a problem. He needs a special blue pill for his spear.
Yeah.
You'll see it in the stream.
Oh. Okay.
I got a hoplite. And his spear is not stiff or performing.
Uh-oh.
I gotta bend it into shape, I think.
Listen, man. We all have shaft problems here.
We all have shaft problems. I just made a new channel trailer, by the way, and our shaft joke with the flagpole got in there.
Yep, perfect.
It was great. Let me take a look at this. But yeah, continue on about that guy. I'm gonna take a look at the page for the hoplites real quick, because I only have a few more minutes left.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. I'm just trying to see which. Yeah, you got an Acroan Hoplite to be precise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a famous. Yeah, I pulled up his wiki article real quick to kind of help me out a little bit here. Yeah, he's actually a Triton inventor from Theros.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, he's.
Everyone here makes 3 fucking attacks. What the fuck? Like, they're actually all right. So the Ocran Hoplite unit names: the Spear of Eroas, Iron Fangs, Arrow of Annex, the Unbroken, Anvil of Phosphoros, Skewering Squad, Shield of Akros, and Chimethys Heart.
I sent you another fun fact, by the way.
Inspired by the Greek. Oh, he's inspired by data. Oh, that makes so much sense. Holy shit. That makes so much fucking sense. All right, one last mini. What? This guy's a little fiery. Oh. Hello, come here. Naked lady with a fire whip.
Naked lady with a fire whip.
Yeah. That's the best way I can describe her. She's a naked lady with a fire whip.
Oh wait, hang on. I think I saw it. Ah, yep. Okay,
Ori.
it's another Nif. This time I can't pronounce it because speech impediment. There we go.
Yeah, this is an Oread. Hell yeah. So, fun little fact: Oreads from Pathfinder were a playable race. They're actually related to the earth, and you could actually have them like grow berries and shit on their skin, which is really cool.
Yeah.
At will, they have Firebolt. Fuck off. Okay, 3 times a day, Burning Hands. 1 time a day, Hellish Rebuke. As a reaction, Scorching Ray.
So from the sound of it, they seem pretty busted.
I wouldn't say busted, but I would say surprising. It's not got a lot of health. Invincible to fire. Listen, you bring a bucket of water, this dude's dead. But like, so it's immune to fire and poison. It's immune to being charged, frightened, or poisoned because it is Fey. It has an innate spell. It does have multi attack. It can only do twice. Oh my god! Fiery touch, or fire bolt, which is a cantrip. If those of you guys who don't know, you could cast a cantrip and another spell in the same turn, so long as the cantrip itself is a bonus action. I don't know what Firebolt is. This is actually really, really cool mini here. I like it a lot, actually.
Hell yeah!
All right, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say. Apparently, there's a Nyx Fleece Ram that's available in this set, and I for these like sets of minis or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I hope you do get it because it looks like such a good boy.
I'll say this: we have 5 more boxes to do in the future, and I might be buying myself more in the future for various reasons, anyways.
Yep, makes sense.
So, I like the Acroan Hoplite actually a lot. It's so simple, but I love simplicity. Like, this guy really gets me. The Daedalus guy also gets me quite a bit.
Yep.
Where'd he go? That sounded like the Helldiver's Companion nap, if you ask me.
No, that was just Instagram.
Oh, okay. The Daedalus guy is coolly simple, but like also the crab by far is my favorite here so far. I'm not gonna lie, the crab is my favorite mini today.
I don't even blame you, to be honest.
He's so cute. Look at him. Which one's your favorite mini of today? Lore-wise, excluding Pelakranos.
The Pelakranos is a little too obvious. Dalikos is kind of cool. I didn't expect you to get Dalikos or whatnot. The Doomlike Giant is something I'm very very partial with because it actually won me a tournament way back in the day.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, and then I think that. I think honestly, just learning a little bit about D&D, because like, I do a lot of homebrews and I do like a lot of other kind of like little stuff like that. So like, learning a little bit about D&D is kind of cool. Actually, I really like that. Wow.
It's a cool. This wing I think is supposed to be like this, but no, I don't think it is. I'm gonna have to start. I have to bend some of these back to the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah, it looks like the packaging could have been better. And I think maybe that's why they weren't nearly as popular. Maybe
well, I don't think that's a packaging issue. I think the fact that they were so unpopular just made it like because they have a whole bunch of boxes like this, and I imagine that there's a whole bunch. I imagine the reason why they were so cheap comparative to other ones was because they were just so wickedly unpopular.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
It is a real shame because Theros is actually like one of my favorite like Magic sets. It's just unfortunate that the second set didn't do nearly as hot as the first block.
Yeah.
So like the first block was actually really successful and was a smash hit. So when we went to it the second time around, not only was it kind of just were a lot of the cards kind of a little bit lackluster, at least when it came to like how powerful they were. Lore wise, they didn't finish the book that was a tie into the set.
Jesus.
Yeah, they promised that there was gonna be a conclusion to Theros, and then that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Because fun fact, the Theros Beyond Death set came out late February of 2020, and I don't think I need to tell you what happened in March of 2020.
What happened in March of 2020?
Maybe I won't say the word per se because
you can say COVID.
Okay, I can't say
You
COVID.
say fucking COVID, yeah.
Basically the plague came down and decided to fuck all of our shit.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well,
but yeah,
Joe, I want to say thank you very much for joining on with me today.
Oh, not a problem. I love Magic the Gathering, and I've always wanted to kind of like take a little bit of a deep dive into like D&D and stuff like that. So
we'll have to play ourselves. Now that I actually have the book, I could probably make a pretty basic campaign. That's a good one, honestly.
Honestly, that would be awesome. I see you at the end of the
I'm just saying, like, this guy would make good crab legs too, actually.
I know, right? The actual final boss is the Emissarium.
Oh, just done with them. All right. Thank y'all very much for hanging out with me today. It was a very short stream, but I had a lot of fun. We will be doing more openings. If you guys want to see me do some more openings of like stuff, again, my throne is available. It has some normal D&D minis as well as some box of Theros is on there. You could send that my way if you want to. Obviously, don't feel needed to. You can always like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. You'll see this video probably up in the next 2 weeks. I have a little bit of a backlog for mini opening videos on the YouTube. But make sure to go follow that. Go check out Joe. He's tagged in the title. Go give him some love too. He streams every once in a while. Typically Magic the Gathering, Helldivers, or something like that.
Yep.
And yeah. Get ready for some polls about the crab. definitely including the crab. Thank y'all very much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good one. Y'all stay safe. Stay Botanist Cool. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Look out at the giant crab.
So we just finished the stream, and I don't want to turn the stream back on, but there's this little, like, eagle guy I think is a familiar to Daedalus here. It's called the Anvilwright Raptor. He's really cute, actually. I quite like him. He's competing with me on my love for the crab, actually. Alright, guys. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool. We'll see you again soon.
It's just a little added tack on. Bye!
YouTube special.
YouTube special.